Good. Oh God. Oh, that didn't start off right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hopefully, everybody is happy. Everybody is healthy. I was having some difficulties because I couldn't find me, and yeah, you already know how it is in the morning. Trying to get stuff together, and then stuff don't want to do what it's supposed to do in the morning. So, um, I'm actually going to talk about episode number 8 of Bel-Air, and I'm also going to talk about and I'm going to elaborate on some of the things from the Freaknik documentary that hasn't even shown up yet. But it was some interesting um I would say nonetheless commentary that came, and shout out to brother Tariq Nasheed for posting that on what I'm going to show you guys, posting it on his IG page, because I want people to understand language. And sometimes you can hear certain things in language to paint a picture so broad and so incorrect that you don't know what you're seeing, and you will actually fall for the picture even though you have no idea what the picture even has in it. So yeah, it's some stuff that I gotta talk about. It's some stuff that I gotta talk about. So I'm gonna talk about this and a little bit more, but the real question is,
Are you ready?
all right, and if this is your first time getting coming on to the Dre Mac Show, make sure you give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up when you coming in. That's all I ask for is a thumbs up. Even if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Just interact with the show, interact with the page, because a lot of things that I'm giving you, a lot of people ain't doing in the morning. And trust me, I'm the one of the rare dudes. Oh my God, some of this in my eye. This has just been just not the greatest of mornings. But it's because of all the difficulties, but we're still gonna make it work. But make sure, get this video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. I'm not even going to be on here super duper duper long. I do have to get set up, because I am, and if you've seen the community page, I am going to be on TMZ today, so I got to get set up for that and everything. Um, so yeah, that is the itinerary. That's the plan today. So again, if you're coming in, make sure you get a video a thumbs up. Last time the video for Bel-Air, it really surprised me because a lot of people started checking it out. Normally, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's about 40 people, what I'm saying, that are just viewing. It's not like I haven't God, whatever is in my eye is in my eye. But I haven't got a lot of feedback from this show. I know right now I'm sitting at a 76%. Um, and I'm gonna talk about the episode today. That came out yesterday. Let's just say that this show is interesting. That's all I'm gonna say is this show. This show is interesting. And I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna get to it. But the first thing I kind of want to talk about, and I want to make sure that I'm looking at the camera on this one. I'm gonna talk about the upcoming Freaknik documentary, and there is a clip that I'm going to play for you guys from Mark Lamont Hill. And if you know who Mark Lamont Hill is, he was a former journalist on CNN. He is now working for the Grio. Um, he made some interesting, and to me personally, to me, and I'm not attacking his brother or anything, but what I am going to do is defend my brothers, because what he said is not necessarily true. And to me, a lot of the integrity in journalism has fallen by the wayside, especially when you have publications like the Grio and Black Huffington Post that post a lot of opinion pieces, a lot of editorial pieces, to me, that shouldn't reflect the actual journalistic integrity of journalism, and just give you what they want you to know or what they feel like you should know. And Mark Lamont Hill was also the same guy who said that men can get pregnant. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I've had a lot of sex. I've yet to be pregnant. You know what I mean? But maybe he's not talking about the heterosexual men that can get pregnant. So you know what I mean? And I don't even want to go there, but he said men can get pregnant. I've yet to see that, unless he's not talking about the people that's in my community. You know what I mean? And shout out to the LGBT community, because I know the trans men can get pregnant, but the way that he framed it, and that's why language is so key when you're listening to these people talk. So let me try to let me get the video file here and let me play it for you guys.
Talking about whose name.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me add this to the stream because
This is in bodies, names, and
start playing. Jeez. Now let me get a little let me give you context of what he's saying, or this video. This video was posted by what the fuck, what's going on, man? Good morning to you, my brother. It had a lot of, and I'm gonna get to the episode of episode 8 of Bel-Air. But I want to talk about this. And this is the reason why I want to talk about this. Is because, again, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, because I pulled this from his page on Instagram. And Lamont Hill, Mark Lamont Hill, had a lot to say, and I want to play it. Fair use. I want to play it for you from the Griot. And this is what he had to say about the Freaknik documentary and about black men. Let me play this for you.
a whole bunch of people talking about whose names and faces and voices and bodies are going to show up on this video from the 90s. And most of the conversation is about whether or not women will be exposed on this documentary, whether people's mamas and girlfriends and wives and daughters are going to show up in a Freaknik documentary. And I hear you. But that's the wrong issue. Look, I was outside in the 90s. I've been to Freaknik as an aspiring young journalist covering the story, of course. And when I was there, I saw what was happening. It's not just about women being half naked. It's not about women's hypersexuality. No, Freaknik is about men ogling, men fondling. Freaknik had a lot to do with male hypermasculinity and sexual violence. Freaknik is a rape fest. It is a sexual assault fest. That's not the only thing going on out there. I'm not trying to demonize or pathologize black people. But if we're talking about the worst parts of Freaknik, it wasn't about the actions of women. It was about the disgusting actions of us men. And so when you watch Freaknik, you don't need to be worried about mama, daughter, sister, girlfriend. You need to be worried about brother, son, husband, or yourself, and whether or not you were engaged in some of the worst parts of patriarchal culture, whether you were part of the worst parts of rape culture and misogyny and sexual violence. When we talk about Freaknik and the way we talk about Freaknik, it's a representation of all the problems we have in the.
All right. So I'm going to remove his face off of my screen. Okay, let me breathe, because I've watched this multiple times. And he does have a portion of that right. And I'm going to talk about the portion that he has right. And I'm going to tell you where the propaganda stands at. And in America, they have used black men and black people to destroy other black people. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you where he's right. There was men oogling. There was things that happened at Freaknik. Now, mind you, Freaknik started, and when we just had this conversation on, I believe, Monday, where we were talking about Freaknik when I had Blues House on. And shout out to Blues House and all of that. There were things that was going on. There were men that were, they were oogling, they were grabbing, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that happened down at Freaknik, and I'm not taking anything away from that portion, because That is a portion. And I'm going to say that again. That is a portion of what happened. But what we're not going to do, Lamont Hill, is just try to blame everything on black men. And that is the problem that I have with what he said. What you're not going to do is sit up here and just throw men, black men, and just call them rapists and all of this on your platform and think it's going to be okay, because it's not okay. I'm going to represent black men in this, because if you think that black men just went down there on a complete rape fest, what was you doing down there then? You wasn't down there on no journalistic integrity, because if you was, you would have presented that information in whatever you were writing at and made sure that type of crap got shut down. No, Lamont Hill, you didn't do that. If you seen it on a journalistic exploration, why didn't you report what you saw? Because you didn't see all of that down there. What you want to do is play this far left, the left wing, and you're no different than the far right wingers either, that present ideology and propaganda to the people just because you're black. You know what I mean? And this because you follow the agenda of the leftists. Now I'm supposed to agree with you because you're a Democrat. Oh, we need to follow this and follow that. No, not when it comes to the expense of my people. What you're not going to do is sit up there and act like women didn't go down and was having sex with men just off the flip. You know how I know? Because I had people that went down there and videotaped it. So I already knew what was cracking down there. You know what I mean? You watch the videos of women be like, hey, what's up? What room y'all in? We coming with y'all. Especially if you was I'm gonna quote this. You know what I mean? Especially if you was a baller, if you had paper, if you had money, if you had the bag, all of that, whatever you call it today. Women seen that and they was on it. So let's not act like it's just all men. And some women will come up to you and say, and grab you and grope you and do all that the same way that men was doing the same thing down there. And you forgot also there was they were caking it, and it was a party too. It was just a gigantic rape fest. No, it was more like Easter, the original connotation of what Easter is. It was a big old orgy party. Let's keep it real. Everybody was kicking it, getting drunk, having sex. No different than Woodstock. No different than any of those Girls Gone Wild beach videos that you see. This is no different. But to demonize black men, and you're a black man yourself, you should be ashamed of yourself, Mark Lamont Hill. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself putting that propaganda out there, no different than Birth of a Nation. When Birth of a Nation was debuted in the White House, they made black men look like rapists to white women. Now you're coming in here, and again, we don't have to have white people that's going to be racist towards us. That's not what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of white people calling me nigga and all of that. I'm afraid of Negroes like you. I'm afraid of Negroes like you because you make the rest of us look like this. Because if you think that just black people are reading the griot, you got another thing coming. Because white people are going to look at that followed your career after you got fired from CNN and going to say, wow, look what Lamont's saying about black men. Oh, the Freaknik, if they were doing all this rape stuff, what do you think they're going to do now? You have to be careful with language, and you as a listening audience have to be able to listen when it comes to language, the way that they say things or the words that they say against us. You can have a simple word as thug and call us thugs, and we already know what that word means because we understand language. Just like how this whole woke thing, and why I'm tired of this woke BS, is because soon as you say the word woke, I hate this woke stuff. Everything's woke. Woke, woke, woke. It ain't woke until black people is in it, or a black woman, or a black man, or people of color. It's not woke then. I mean, it's not woke until that happens. Or or something gay happens. Oh, this is all woke. Woke, 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 woke. And they sucker you Negroes right into it. And y'all just like, oh, this is woke. Do you not understand language and how propaganda works? This is why Jim Crow South was so effective. They use propaganda and ideology. When you come in and you say something that he said was a rape fest, and black men, us as black men was just down there raping. You didn't give no connotation to that. You didn't make the audience think. You didn't make the audience seem like, hey, maybe I gotta understand this a little bit more. You said black men were down there raping. That's exactly what you said. As a journalist, you should be ashamed of yourself. And no wonder you got fired from CNN. You should be ashamed of yourself. And any other Negro bootlegging, just trying to get on, should be ashamed of themselves if they follow Reddick like this. This is why I have integrity. This is why I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe or none of this y'all trying to give me. Because when you do things like this, and I'm not taking anything away from the experiences that women had that came down here to have a good time, and something did happen. I'm not taking that away from any of that, because that did happen. But what I'm not going to do is generalize all black men as rape. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to stand for it. I don't care if it's Lamont Hill, King of the Hill, Hank Hill, Propane. I don't care who it is. I'm going to shut it down from my own platform, from my own voice. Because what we cannot do is continue to have black men look like something that we're not. So people can turn around and just look at us in the same in that way, like, I'm not gonna trust him around my daughter. Did you hear Lamont Hill? He was saying black men rape. Because all I heard was black men and rape in the same category. And I'm not gonna stand for it. And I'm not going to stand for it. And if you follow this type of rhetoric, leave my platform now. Unsubscribe, get your ass up out of here. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to demonize my people as a whole. There's a pocket of people who do things. Those are those people. At those point in times, I will point out those people. But what I'm not going to do is have a whole mess, lump in a whole group, especially black men. It's hard enough being a black man in America anyway. It's hard enough being black, but being a black man is very hard in America. And what makes it so hard, it ain't that just I get outside and it's just racism just all in my face. That's not what it is. It's thinking, what does somebody think that I'm going to do something based on the way that I look? If I was a little darker, you know what I mean? My hair was in locks. Would somebody look at me a little bit differently because I look like the people that you say that push this propaganda that are the bad people? And maybe I'm just trying to get my degree and I get looked at funny, and next thing you know, somebody is on me and I get shot. Have you thought about that? Or how these Karens will walk around and scream the word rape and how detrimental that could be towards black men? Or how you could get lied on and a woman say you sexually assaulted her and all you did was put her arm in your hand on her elbow, and it wasn't even in a sensual type of way. And then next thing you know, they're taking away your job. You got to explain yourself until a tape comes out. I'm talking about Michael Irvin. You see how detrimental words can be in perception? All that propaganda turns into perception. And the perception of a black man already takes a hit every day. Shout out to what the phone for shooting me a video about child support and the history of child support. They made it so we didn't have fathers in the home, so you could be able to get government assistance, so the government can be your zaddy for the month. So Zaddy could be able to bring you that check, but you better not bring the man home, which destroys the black family, the black unity of the family. So we already get called deadbeats. We already get, we look a certain way, and we already get a funny look. If I'm dark skinned with dreads, you know what I'm saying? If I come in and I don't have the proper dictation when I talk, and people looking at me, if I got tattoos and stuff like that, am I gonna get a job? I'm already uneducated. I'm already at a disadvantage. I'm already behind the eight ball in the society, and now I have other Negroes telling me what I am and what people are. And again, if you ever read Carter G. Woodson's um the I'm looking at the Miseducation of the Negro, sorry. Because the book was in my head, but I was like, I don't have the physical copy, I have the Kindle copy. But the Miseducation of the Negro literally points this out, how they will use another black man. He comes in the form of a pastor or a salesman or a politician. And here we go, a person with a platform telling you that a party that went on from the 80s all the way until the mid 90s, all y'all was doing was just raping. But if we were doing all of this, and I'm saying this word, and I know YouTube's probably going to get on me. It is what it is, but I'm gonna stand my ground. I'd rather take I rather do this and get an understanding and probably take my copyrights or whatever punishment YouTube might give me, but also be right and stand on what I believe in. If it was all of that, who was protecting the black women out there? Was it people like Mark Hill, Mark Lamont Hill, who was out there on a journalism? He was out there outside seeing all this and didn't report anything. So, how effective was he? If all of this happened and all of this stuff was going on, why didn't anybody get help? He seen it for himself and refused to give help, but made sure to demonize every black man that he's seen. That's all I gotta say about that. So let me take this crap off of my screen. Because what one thing I don't do, I don't play any games when it comes to my people, and I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna defend black men, black women all day, every day. But what I'm not gonna do is allow someone to continue to put my people in a box. That's what I'm not gonna do. Because what that does, what initially what it does is it puts us again in a box. Sure, that's what I'm not doing. That's what it is. It puts us in a box and it starts to create something that's going to be out of control. And I don't have time for it. I don't care if it's coming from a black man. I don't care who it's coming from. I don't have no time for it. If I have an opportunity to speak, I'm going to speak on that. I don't care what y'all say about me having this crap in the background or whatever. When it comes to my people, it don't matter. I love my people. I'm going to say that again. I love my people. I don't care how dysfunctional we are. And I'm like Tupac. We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this. We burn this bitch down, get us pissed. The real ones. So I'm always going to stand up for my people. Gay, LGBTQ, heterosexual, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stand up for you because beyond that, you're black first. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, let's get into episode 8 of Bel-Air. Let me see. What the fuck? I mean, you was all right. Let me kind of go through your comments. You said, did you see the picture with Yolanda Adams and Elisa Neal. No, I didn't. He was not there as a journalist. I don't believe he was. Or you just responding to the video. He was there doing the same thing most men was there for, trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see some cheeks and maybe get some phone numbers. And the Kappa Beach party. Yeah, he's a Kappa. Why he's not bringing their parties up? No, what he's doing is what a lot of these so-called, because I'm sorry, journalistic integrity went away a long time ago, and it's funny. Anchorman 2 made fun of that. That's what Anchorman for real. Anchorman is so is funny and it's hilarious, but it's talking about journalism integrity. Journalism integrity went away a long time ago. I'm gonna show you a book. I'm gonna show you this book, and I'll always show this book. And I'm gonna tell you why journalism integrity has went away, because it's so easy. I don't want to push over any of my stuff over here. This is one of the reasons. Let me get this in frame. This is why journalism integrity went down the toilet. It's one of the reasons. One of the reasons why they don't want you to be able to learn and know the books that you should be learning. Why? Because journalism integrity wasn't thrown out during this time. They were telling the truth in this book. But if you don't have the book, you don't know. It's The Black Image in the White Mind by George M. Fraserson. Let me put this over here. Hopefully it'll straighten itself out. I don't think I have that feature on. And this is the debate on Afro-American character in Destiny, 1817 and 1914. And when I tell you, there is information in here that will blow your mind, especially about what they thought about you. Because integrity was not, it was what they felt. It was real. Heartbreaking, but real. And that's why they want to pacify you. What they want to do is they're continuing this divide. And to me, what Mark Lamont Hill did was cause even more division between black men and black women. And that division is what's leading the destruction of the black male nucleus. I mean the black family nucleus, but it's also destroying any hope that we have for unity just among black men and black women. And what's funny is that people were saying how detrimental Kevin Samuels was. Like how Kevin Samuels was detrimental to the black community. Look how he's talking to black women, yada yada yada. And most of the Griot and in the Huffington Black Post will always post this clips, never went into context. Because you have to have this when you're talking about something. There's a thing called context. Contextually, how does this conversation? How did we get here? Where was the start, middle, and end? You can't give me the middle of it and then be like, here's what he said, but how did it start? Where did it go after that? What is the full context of the situation? And one thing about me, I have high comprehension when it comes to certain things. So I always looked at when people were talking about Kevin Samuels and how bad he was and all of this, what I did was I watched from start to finish. And what this brother is doing, created something from start to finish in the rhetoric. And they think Kevin Samuels was bad, and they're talking about graping you, how black men was doing that. He was paid to sell out black men. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had my uncle show me videotapes. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was like Easter and Christmas. He knows exactly what he's saying. Absolutely. His writers made sure he speaks to propaganda. Absolutely. Please clip and upload. It's separate from Bel-Air. I'm going to cut this and make a separate video off of just that clip. And I want to this is something I want to share with others. And it was on a podcast. Oh, that's a great book, or the military. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up, and I hope they love you back. I hope they do too. Anchorman was so right. Good morning, Mika G. And idiocracy, yeah. You said Mickey Mr. Cooking. I had to get my church fan. Mika said I was listening. As long as people listen, as long as somebody listening, trust me. I just have a problem with it's heartbreaking. That's what it really is. I'm more heartbroken than anything. Am I surprised? No, not at all. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, the Black Panther Party always had one of these bootlegging Negroes in they set, and look what happened. Look what happened. You know what I mean? So this ain't nothing new to me. This ain't nothing new. Let's get to Bel-Air. Let's get to I've spent enough time on this. Let's get to Bel-Air. You, of course, sorry, wrong. Wrong. Yeah, you see Bel-Air playing in the background. So I'm gonna talk about Bel-Air. Oh man. This episode, I'm not gonna lie, was a little boring. And the character of Carlton, which is one of my favorite characters on the show. I'm gonna start with Carlton first. Let's start with Carlton. On this episode, we got no Jazz. I'm gonna talk about Hillary. I'm gonna talk about Ashley. See all these too many characters in here, and everybody got their own plot threads, and none of it is cohesive to the actual. No, I'm gonna talk about Will, but I'm gonna talk about Carlton first. You know, I'm gonna discuss Will and Carlton in this first part. Will and Carlton in the forced drama on this show is getting on my nerves. Now, Will goes to Carlton and tells him exactly who uploaded the picture. Carlton apologized, and basically Will was like, fuck your apology for what it's worth. Whatever, fuck your apology. Dog. The man said he was sorry. This is your cousin. This is your people. Yeah, what he did was wrong. But at the end of the day, this is your cousin. To me, it's just more forced tension. More forced tension, and I don't like this. I don't like this. It's like at every turn, Will is saying or doing something dumb. And it's not coming. My brain hurts because it feels like it's not organic. In an organic setting, if your cousin came to you and say, yo, I'm gonna be real with you, oh boy, he the one who dropped the dime on us. I got the information. I know that you said that it was, that I did it, but I would never do anything like that. And my cousin was like, you know what? Dre, my bad, bro. My bad. That's who did it? Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna handle that. And for him to just shut Carlton out like that, man, miss me with that. That sucked. Not even gonna lie, that sucked. Carlton falls back in with old boy Tim, Tom, whoever it is. I don't care. The homeboy who was saying nigga all through his songs or whatever, Carlton was just dancing away in season 1. Because and at first I thought they were sniffing that booger sugar. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was that booger sugar, but they're I don't know what prescription medication that you're chopping up. I don't know if it's Xanax or Percocet or whatever. I don't know what it is. Next thing me and my cousin would have been doing is jumping homie. Yeah, me and my cuz, I know my family. I'll be like, oh, you found out who did it? He admitted it? All right. Let me go holler at you, homie. You know what I mean? What's happening? Oh, you thought it was a game. Oh, okay. All right. You know what I mean? And what he said, what it was crazy about this whole entire thing, it's not like, I mean, yeah, everybody was competing for for that award, the Founders Award. I get that, and I get that Carlton was passionate about the Finals Award, and Will didn't get passionate about it until Doc said, "Oh man, you get that award, man. Colleges look at that. They look at that type of stuff." Yeah, okay. So in that same setting, in that same thing, you should be able to take your cousin's word for what it is. If he apologized, man, let that man. It's just too much forced drama on here. Too more forced drama. You know what I mean? And Carlton get on a binger, get to sniffing, snorting. You know what I mean? Drinking. I mean, they kicking it, and then he get his ride stolen. But first of all, it looked like a meth house. You know what I mean? I thought it was the spot. I thought it was going to the hood. You know what I'm saying? To the spot. Nah, they went to like a meth house, and he went to go kick it, and then they just left him. They just left him with joyriding in his car, all of that. And then he turns around and lies to Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. And I don't know how much of this show that I could be able to. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how much of this show that I could take in this season. This season's been very horrible. Not even gonna hold you. This season has not been good at all. And I thought, it was gonna get better. It's not good. It's not. It's not organic drama. It's forced drama. You know what I mean? And Will and Lisa, and I'm starting not to care anymore. She literally told this man, "I don't want to be with you. We can't even be friends." You know what I mean? And he's still, I mean, he's sitting stranded. Whatever what he did was a great thing or whatever. Didn't leave his girl stranded. He did play Jackie, but Jackie been playing him from the jump anyway. This whole Doc thing, I want them to wrap this thing up because they've been playing him anyway. You know what I'm saying? And this whole will they do it, what they won't they do it thing with Will and Lisa is terrible. It's trash. It's trash. Because they go be together, let them be together. If they're not making an organic situation where they are not talking, you know what I mean? They made the chick that Carlton was that wanted to fool with when he had his anxiety attack, quickly dumped him. Yeah, I don't even want to let you no more. Matter of fact, I'm picking Will to be on for the Founders. He's for the people. Please let Lisa one of them do the same thing to Will. Like, come on, dog. And it was funny is that I hate to compare, but I can't because that was the source material that they got this idea from in the beginning. Lisa was not that big of I mean, she was a big character towards the end, but they got her way too prominent in this series. And Will dated a lot. When we gonna get Queen Latifah? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for Queen Latifah to show up in this show. You know what I mean? It's just. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like, you know what I mean? The only part that I kind of enjoyed was the whole, I mean, I don't even know if I enjoyed that part because Uncle Phil going back to the firm, his partner was like, yo, I don't like the little half-ass speech you gave because I already know you've been having secret meetings too. You trying to go to this other firm. Aunt Viv checks her former best friend that slept with her man, even though that they was broken up at the time, but they were best friends. So you already know that was, but she did it. They were in college. It was off again, on again, but they were gone for like she said that they were not together for like 2 months. So you know what I mean? But she was with Uncle Phil, and he gave her a job offer, but he decided to stay with the firm. Yay! Do I care? No, I don't, because it was just another thing of forced tension. It's kind of like when they had Michael Ealy's character on the show, and all he was just to be an antagonist to I feel and I he served no character development. And it's funny, that's from season 1. The whole thing where he taped it from. Matter of fact, hold up. Oh boy ain't even in that scene. Oh boy from season 2 is not even in that scene. So how did he tape it? He's not nowhere in that scene. Where Will's about to fight dude. Do you see? Y'all can see in the back. Yeah, y'all can see in the back of me. How's old boy taping that? And he's not even in that scene. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's not good. It's not. It's not good. I'm gonna continue to talk about it, but it's not been good. Like, look, I'm looking for old boy. I mean, again, and this is the best. I'm not okay. This is the best thing about the show right here. And like I said, season 1 was really good. But this was good. Season 2, I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down. I'm not enjoying this. The whole Doc angle. Doc is sitting around, he's yapping at this dude or whatever. You know what I mean? And my man G is the only bright spot to this show. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure to check on it. Other people was probably recording it. Everyone has their phones out. Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out how did he. They never went back to it. I mean, well, he brought it up, but old boy was absent from the video. Man, I would have when he seen that, I would have been smacking dude upside his head. You know what I mean? But I would have found. Trust me in high school, me junior year. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm gonna catch that dude somewhere, and I'm gonna just say some furniture gonna be moving up in that piece. That's all I'm gonna say. Until you find out, hey, you got my cousin thinking I'm doing something. What? What's happening? Where the videotape at, homie? How did you get it? Where it come from? Oh yeah, we about to prove it right now because I'm laying hands on you like we praying. So what's happening? And you better be asking the Lord for me to get up off your ass. So what's happening? I'm just saying, I don't like it. I'm just didn't like this episode. Episode was not good. It was not. Carlton was drunk, high. You know what I'm saying? Got his car stolen. You lied to his mama and daddy because you got a problem. And again, you know what's crazy about this show? Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Carlton, you got these anxiety problems. You got this and the other," and nobody thought about sending him to like the school counselor. And try to get him even more help. Maybe that he needs while he's in school. You see how we fail students? Anyway, I'm Viv. Got a promotion. And again, okay, I do feel her when she was like, well, that was Janice's position. I don't want to feel like I'm, you know what I mean? I'm taking a position away from or taking something away from another black woman, but she was down you at every turn. And hey, and when it comes to business, this is strictly business. You got to handle your business. I get it. I do have a heart, and I don't want to take nobody's job. But if they're not doing their job and they're hindering me from my progression, hey, it is what it is. I got to do what I have to do because my progression matters also. You know what I mean? Not just your progression, my progression. So, yeah. Yeah, Doc is a dirty dude, and we already knew that. You know. When his nose was bleeding, that's all I need to know is a pair. They're so blind across. I mean, strictly, he's talking, and literally his nose just starts bleeding out of the blue. And you know your child. And again, he is right. They gave more attention to Will than they did to Carlton, and they do a Carlton a disservice. That's why he don't right now. He out here wilding. You know what I mean? He really should be on Girls Gone Wild. He out here wilding. You know what I mean? But again, I'm just not a fan of this show. I'm yeah, and we all knew Doc was dirty. We all knew. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but as soon as he started talking to his niece, and her niece is on it, like it just so happened that's your uncle, and you trying to fall in love with me, and it's all quick or whatever. I ain't trust that. Rep, nobody has their antennas on this show. Nobody has their again, and then Ashley. Ashley gets to hang with the little girl. She thought told on her, but she said she did it. She didn't tell. And it was just like, oh, well, I'm just an introvert. What about you? Maybe we should just build something. And it just went to, it was so conversation. What did that teacher mean to you? There was a way for the script to be deep in that moment, and they just like, oh, well, I like dogs. What do you like? I like animals. This is okay. All right. I'm not going back, but I just didn't like this episode. This episode went backwards to me. In all of that. I mean, the only interesting part to me was Carlton and the blind fact that nobody understands this kid at all, and they're missing all the telltale signs. And all he did was use on your medicine bottle all the side effects. That's all he did. But Gino was cracking. Gino, once everything come out the way it is, everything gonna be exposed. So anyway, what did you guys think about the episode? What did you think about what Lamont Hill said? Mark Lamont Hill. Um Put it in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And today, I'm going to be on TMZ. So make sure you come back to the channel when I post a video from me being on TMZ for the third time. They literally has asked me every month to be on their show since the first time I got on there, which was January, I believe. So January, February. I missed March because I was moving. In April. Just saying, cut a brother, little brother get a job. A JOB. All right. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hopefully y'all have a great rest of your Friday. Again, I'm gonna cut the early part of the video and I'm going to repurpose it so I could be able to post it on the show. But again, I thank you so very much for popping in with me and showing up. If you can continue to like, share, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher. Where's my outro at? If you came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure to hit the social media accounts that you see below you. I would love to hear from y'all. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe high.